focus. Okay, you are suggesting to do something. Yeah, there is for marketing purpose and target a particular audience. Okay, then you rephrase it and say the economy. We'll add that. Let me just say something. Why this is there? We did this. We open it up for collaboration because we have some of these NGOs that focus on the formal sector of the economy. So that is the basis for what we have. You can make an addition to it and add okay. Innovation and entrepreneurship development for business startups. Strategic grievances and dispute settlement procedure at enterprise level. Like Madam earlier said, there is no organization without its period of crisis. There is no matter how small it is. But then the focus of this department is trying to look at it as a business shop level concern. So that is just it. I think there is need for us to be on the same page. Accelerating entrepreneurship among the youth using the competence-based approach. A retirement training workshop. It is open. I told earlier on there are like stages. So any of those stages will fit into this. No. Okay, let me just add again. Why this is open is because of the entrepreneurship skill participants will derive from the workshop. Like what it takes them to start the business. That is just it. Leadership skills for success. Engaging employee and building teams. I Are we good with number 41? Are you done, sir? Strategies and techniques for effective negotiation. Computer appreciation and information management workshop. Conflict resolution, prevention, and management. This is not complete. It's not complete. Let's keep that. Transition from paid employment to self-reliance. Okay. Sorry? Okay. Number 46 is social protection. Issues with pension administration in Nigeria. Emerging trends. Improving social security standards in Nigeria. Relevance of international labor standards. Strategies to ensure occupational safety and health for employees. Labor administration and occupational safety and health inspection in Nigeria. Number 49. Is it okay?
Number 48 and 49.
That's okay. Okay, we should take all labor administration. Maybe we should just restrict it to the HS occupational safety and health inspection in Nigeria. So we're now suggesting labor inspection. Number 50, governance of pension scheme in Nigeria, challenges and prospects. Employee compensation acts. Occupational safety and health management in industries. This is.
under the social protection. If it had appeared in our will not really do it. But it's under the social protection, and you are privileged to particular services.
Because they all fall under social protection. But it's in context, obviously. But like they explained that there is a massive social that they couch it
And to add again, you have the timing. Some will want to come for this, and we have it in another time. We have one for April, have another one for June, have another one for Sure. We do have time. But it's not making, the position is not there. So we limit ourselves. If we have to look at the content, we will not even do what even 3. Okay, number 52. Okay, 53. So, fundamentals of occupational health and safety.
Safety and what is that I think that we are done. I think that's we may need to speak that too, because that is there are a lot of things involved. Let me just explain. The National Diploma is a program that we run here, and there are students participating in the so that is a degree. We have a degree program, and we have a diploma. But under this department. So we are trying to cite this under the department so that we can just under the and even the degree now, affiliation with the University of Illinois and JAM gave a note to the JAM which other one? We've done all this. We've done all this. Okay, maybe we'll just okay. Let me just do a recap of what we have done so far. Okay, maybe we should just briefly look at we look at all this in respect to their currency relevance and titling or articulation. Yes, just a sum. We look at the first department, labor management relations, and the first course there was effective.
Hello.
Effective.
I think we have overshot time with 15 minutes. So we need to take the contributions. Well, I think what they want us to do is to assess those course titles based on accuracy, currency, relevance, and whether the titles are properly titled and well articulated. That's all. That's what. You have to look at each of them in terms of whether that cost title. Well, we don't have a whole day for it because I was told that when we reconvene from lunch, we are going to work on something different. So let us make the best and the best use of our time. Please, sir, we will use a blank here because if we say we want to write it down, it will take more time. We'll use a blank that we have. Yes. Beginning from the first page, we'll talk about currency, relevance, and articulation at the same time on each of the items. So anyone that we pick, we are assessing it based on these three criteria. Okay? The first course title on page 1. We did observe some discrepancies in numbering. Did you observe that too? We saw like LMR 19 repeated in several places, but with different course title. So those things need, I believe, is what they used to call typist devil. Okay? So we believe it's some mix of maybe they were compiling this thing in a hurry and then they mix up some of these things. Okay? But we will work on the titles. So as what I'm going to do is the first course, labor management relations, because that is the course itself. What the components of that course is what is numbered, even the numbering 1, 2, 1, 3, 6, 9, 13. What is it? Okay, in the labor management relations department, they run, look at even the numbering, 1, 3, 6, 9, 13, 15. Okay. So that was the first problem we were trying to battle with. but we realize that there is a typographical error, and if you go to the second page, you will still see labor management relations again. Okay, and some of the titles are repeated. Okay.
You understand now?
Yes, 2019 and 2020.
2019 and 2020 courses.
Yes.
Of each department.
Yes.
Fine. But we don't expect the course titles to change and their course codes. Do we?
Their course codes.
The course code LMR 79. That is the course code. It's clearly titled there.
Against LMR.
Let me pick something. Look at page 2 under Labor Management Relations Department. Look at 10, number 10. Conflict Management in the Workplace is titled LMR 66 there as a course code. Go to page 1. Okay? It is there, but it's titled what? Workshop to trade dispute. You see, it has 19. Okay? So, first of all, one of our recommendations is that each department should please go and harmonize their course titles. Because it's already confusing us here. Particularly those of us who don't belong to those departments.
Yes, sir.
Am I correct?
Yes.
So that's one of our recommendations. Do we have somebody to clap it for us? Then, looking at those in 2018 and 2019, okay? Do we still, the 2018 courses, which of them, do we find all of them relevant? Correct? Correct? Are they correct? We'll take that currency from group by group first. Yes? Your group is what?
Somebody to throw light on this is a little bit confusing. Now, if we say that we're dealing with the cabinet, and we say under 2018, we have labor management relations, and we have different courses. Is it in addition? Because why are we looking at 2018? If we are now working with 2020, shouldn't we be looking? I'm seeing the same codes being used, and my understanding is that it's replacing whatever you had in the past. So it's totally confusing, and we need to be on the same.
That is why, at the beginning, in fact, from my understanding before we were corrected, is that labor management and relations is a course. It can be a departmental name, but you also agree that it can be a course.
Yes.
So I saw it from the perspective of being a course, and under that course, you have sub.
It's a department, and you have all this as courses
Under the department.
under that department.
That is what we were made to
That's
understand.
what I believe is going on here.
Yes.
But they control
No, they said that what you believe is going on is what they say. Then the question you raise
is why we still
is why is the department is changing from 2018 to 2020, changing the course code, changing the title against course code. Because I want to understand that maybe in the Department of Labor Management Relations, some people wanted to do courses in 2020, and they did not pick all the courses they did in 2018. I understand that. So in 2020, they can do fewer courses or more courses than they did in 2018. But then, the courses should have the same title, the same code. 2018 course that is titled LMR 19 The title should not be LMR 19 of 2018 should not be different from LMR 19 of 2020. So that's why I said our first recommendation is that the department should go and clean up the coding system so that we don't have one code being shared by 3 different courses. So that is our first recommendation. Okay? Okay, so now we go to the reason why we are here. This is a side observation because it created confusion in our minds. So we made that observation. We now go to the task given to us. And the task is in terms of currency. Are the course titles well articulated? And are they relevant? So I'm starting with the course titles and we are going to look at it collectively, whether it is 2020, 2018, or 2019. Are they current, still current? Are there some of those courses that we no longer need, that labor management relations are still offering, that we feel we no longer need in the current dispensation? And that's why I'm asking group by group. Yeah. We are working on what we see.
That was what we skipped the other year, and we just concentrated.
What we are saying now is that we will not produce results.
No, we have
So let us work on what we have seen and what they ask us to do. Now, we were given course titles. We have made observations. The course titles are before us. Forget about the confusion in the numbering. Okay? We have course titles. Based on those titles that are offered by Labor Management Relations Department, is there anyone that you feel is no longer current? That is the question. Is there any? Yes, ma'am.
Well, I will tackle this from different angles. And I would like them to throw some light so that we can actually have meaningful engagement. My question is, when we're saying 2018, 19, 20, does it then mean that the 2018 courses are no longer relevant, or they are still relevant? So if that's the case, I would say for the first one, we worked on all. For the first one, where we had effective planning for trade union officials, let me quickly give you a policy direction that we have. I'm from Federal Ministry of Labor. And the Honorable Minister has just directed that going forward, every trade union that elects new officials must be sent to Minils for training. So it's because of that I'm saying, if you look at Labor Management Relations 2018, the very first course there, it says effective planning for trade union officials. I think we should change it to start with. Looking at that topic, effective planning, for me, that's very wide. And who should be planning? Is it Minils or the trade union organization themselves? So, for the purpose of coming here, I would want us to change that to induction course for trade union officials, newly elected for trade union officials. The idea is to give them the basic training so that they will know the modules of operation. So I think that can be changed to become an induction course. That's the starting point. Now, if we want to build on that and add this one we have there, that's fine. But I think the basic should be an induction course.
Okay. Thank you very much.
It is noted.
I agree with you that they need an induction course because the policy has just come on board. But that does not nullify
You can build on this with this.
effective planning. I also agree with you that the effective planning title is a little bit vague. So we can tweak that title.
Thank you for the comments. Who's inducting who? It's the responsibility of the trade union to induct their members and their leaders. So maybe she's supplying information.
I will supply information.
I think from what I understand, Madam, I will still give it. Who is inducting who? Government has directed that all newly elected officials should come to Minils for induction. It means that they will come and pay for that induction. That's my understanding.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I mean. Let me throw light. I'm sure we are all trade union members to the extent that they are deducting check-off dues from our salaries on a monthly basis. I'm a director and yet I'm not supposed to get a check, but they deduct. Now check-off dues are meant for training of trade unions and other welfare issues. Now, Federal Ministry of Labour is the regulator. We are the one that even register trade unions. So the directive is such that they will be familiar with the content of the Trade Union Act, which is basic. They must be guided by the provision of the Trade Union Act and the Trade Dispute Act for carrying out industrial action. And the best place to do that training is here. So we as the regulator, that's the Honourable Minister now, is directing that they must come here for that training. That's the essence.
It's still,
It will be the training. Don't worry. In terms of cash backing, Minister is engaging with Comrade Ayuba and Quadri. They are the trade union, the two labor centers presidents, to ensure that they do that. They will be the one to pay.
please give her, but what you have said just started with my own.
Okay, hello. Hello, comrades. Let me start from the premise that trade unions, as you know them, they have their own structured trade union education programs and curriculum. So to say most, I think, well, maybe you said there is conversation about that. Each trade union, as you know them, they have their own structured modules where we train. That is why worker education, you know, when we are going through these titles, I come to the conclusion that trade union education can only be done by workers themselves if we want to tell ourselves the truth. But we can have special programs for leadership and other engagements. For example, in our conversation, somebody is from a particular union. He's saying that if I'm to come for a course in Michael Imodu, does it speak to the union I come from? So I told her that each union, that is why we encourage. There was a time we met in Nasarawa. I told Madam that we have structured study cycle programs. We have state-level schools that are currently running nationwide. They are taking place nationwide. I'm speaking to you now. The best way is to strengthen those kind of structures, workers to come together to determine what they want. But that does not say that we cannot collaborate to strengthen this collaboration. That's what I'm trying to say. Secondly, yesterday we had a good take-off. We had a fantastic take-off around what is a module, how to develop a module, and the rest. But the essence of yesterday's conversation is defeated. How can you understand the objectives you drive by mere looking at titles?
We'll come to that.
How can you understand the evaluation, the content? Because that also re-echoed what the DG says. When he was appointed, he only sees other things. He has never laid a hand on a curriculum. Give us the curriculum. Let us look at the content. It's when you look at the content, you'll be able to offer effective feedback. Because our engagement here is limited because there is no curriculum. Give me the curriculum around trade unions, curriculum on labor management relations, so that I can be able to offer effective feedback. So please let us take it easy. Trade union education can best be done by workers themselves in their respective workplaces, but we can bring trade union leaders maybe to let it not be like a jamboree kind of it. That's what I think.
All right. I'm just dealing with the...
Prof, if I may. You go first.
I'm just dealing with broad principles. There are three parties to the industrial relations system. The government or the state is not in any position to instruct employers or trade unions to train their people in a particular way.
Okay.
Thank you, Prof. I mean, thank you, Comrade Mutaka. Thank you, Prof. Thank you, ma'am. I mean, you said basically what I want to say in very few words. But also let me make it clear, ma'am, to the representative of this government. If you're under the impression, because we were under the impression that Michael Imoto would open itself up to serve the workers of this country and the employers and the state actors to provide services in education. Now, if this government should be of the opinion that they, like in the past, want to use Michael Imoto to assert workers' education and to force Nigerian trade unions into having their courses by the curriculum of the state. I am just a visitor to this country, so I am not to tell you anybody what to do. I will tell you what FES is going to do. The moment we have the notion that Michael Imoto is going to do that, we are out of this. Because we don't stand for this, we stand for freedom of association, and we stand with our brothers and our sisters. That's all I want to say, because it's also our program, and I wanted to make that very clear.
Thank you very much, and your message is
Comrade, let me quickly throw some light to this. Please don't get me wrong. The fact that I said an induction course doesn't in any way stop any of these other social partners from carrying out trainings. But I want to say that trade union administration is regulated by law. We have the Trade Unions Act, we have the Trade Dispute Act. Your internal workings is totally different. But all that you do is seated on that tripod of how trade unions are registered. Let me give you an example, and that's right now as I speak, and you might know that, FOTOP is carrying out an industrial action all over the country. Nigerian breweries. The president was with me on Friday, and I was saying to him, you didn't give us notice. He said, Madam, until I came here, I brought out the Trade Unions Act, Trade Dispute Act to show him. He said, Madam, until I came here, I didn't know anything like that, that we needed to give you notice. I said, you see, if you had given us notice, we would have invited the parties and engage and see whether management will not do the needful. You know? So what I'm saying is that the purpose of our own training from the minister's point of view is just to enlighten people, trade unionists, as to the provision of the Trade Unions Act and the workings and the Trade Dispute Act, nothing more. That in any way does not stop you from going on with your training. Yes, it's a must into this. You understand that when immediately they are inducted, they are given. Okay, let's put it this way. We are writing, the minister directed that they should write to Comrade Ayuba and Quadri that immediately they appoint, they should come and learn the basics in terms of the statutory provisions. After which, you people build on that. That's the point.
Hello. I think we will, please. We have somebody here, please. Let him speak. And then we'll take you as the last speaker on this. We go back to where we are.
Distinguished participants, I want to call our attention to the purpose for which this session is designed. I wish that we rather focus on this session and complete what we are doing. Because if you look at the outline, there are other sessions that will build on some of the things we are already discussing. Thank you. For each group, maybe we'll take group by group. Let's take their submissions as far as the task at hand is concerned, so that we make progress. The debate can be entertained.
Thank you very much. That is where I was going. That's why I said, let us look at the courses offered by each department holistically. They have listed their courses. From the global look, is there anyone that we feel should be discontinued? Is there anyone that we feel
Thank you, ma'am.
We need things to be introduced and so on, so that we move forward?
Yes, thank you, ma'am. The minister is a politician. It's a political appointee. Wait, hold it, please. Don't maraude my mind and speech, please. I detest that. So it's a political appointee. You will go. You should come. You should learn. You should invite labor, not writing to labor. You should invite labor for discussion to enlighten him. The procedures. You are talking of networking partnership. So it's not to just say, okay, excuse me, please. It's not to instruct. You will be causing more harm.
Hello.
And so please advise the minister.
I think
we can advise him too.
She has taken your point. She has taken your point.
Don't say must. Don't use the word must.
Hello. Please, let us not allow this session to deteriorate and digress from our focus. We are here for a specific purpose, and let us remain on track. When we are making our presentations, if there are any views outside our main focus, we can make that. Okay? So,
we start from here.
We will start from here.
We will not close if we start from them.
Please, we will start. There is only, we will start from this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those are the 5 groups. So we'll take it group by group. And please look at it this way. We were told that labor management relations is a department, and all the courses they have run 2018 to 2020 are listed. Some of them are repeated, but with different code numbers. So which of those ones do you think are still current? Which of those ones do you think should be deleted? Is there anyone that the title is not well articulated? Point it out. And have you tweaked it? How did you tweak it? Read it to us so that we will agree with you that yes, it's better way of stating that the title of that course. And then, is it relevant to you, your group? You are the group of activists and NGOs. Are all of them relevant to you? Yes, all are relevant. No, A, B, C, D are relevant, the rest are not. Or A, B, C, D are not relevant, all others are relevant. That's the way we are going to go through this, so that we quickly come up with.
I hope someone is, we have somebody that is doing the clerk work for this.
Yes.
This is the civil societies, gender advocates, and environmentalists.
At the end of it, please, you will give us what you have agreed on too. We will clerk it and will give us what you have agreed on, so that we don't
because we have to work holistically, we couldn't cover everything.
Okay.
But on the labor management relations, we have done that, and trade union education. So, and we considered the LMR 79, which to us is still current, when it, but the titling is also okay, and the relevance to us is not relevant. Then we have LMR 80, to us is current, the titling is okay, and if it's relevant to us, yes, it's relevant. The LMR 19, we have the currency is yes, the titling is okay, the relevance to us is no. LMR 77, the currency is yes, the titling is okay, and the relevance to us is no. Then we have this LMR 53. We said the currency is yes, it's current, then the titling should be modified. Instead of having workshop on equality and gender issues in workplace. We said we should make it inclusive of all. So we said workshop on equality and gender inclusiveness in workplace. Gender inclusiveness in workplaces. You understand?
Yeah.
So is we delete. We are suggesting the deletion of issues.
Okay.
So on LMR 21, are you okay? Okay. We said it's relevant to us, it's okay, it's relevant, it's current, it's okay, and it's also relevant to us. LMR 45, we said it's current, the title is okay, relevance to civil society is no. LMR 60 is relevant, is current, the title is okay, and it's relevant to this group. But LMR 42 is relevant, but the title is current, the title needs to be modified, and the relevancy is okay. That's LMR 42 is saying, where is it? Sorry, number 29. Where is it? Okay, we said it should be workshop on negotiation